Well, indeed, and welcome back to Mwanzo TV. My name is Kevin Sewe, and of course, our weekly conversation is still on. And of course, today we have an exciting topic where today we are discussing, or rather we are asking, can the Gen Z, or rather the youth of Kenya, spark a revolution to tackle national debt? And of course, to put us into speed on this matter, today we are joined by one Mr. Tabu Charles, who is a governance expert, and of course we have Mr. Nyongesa, who is a student and of course a youth leader in Nairobi. Well, gentlemen, welcome to our student. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us today. Karibu sana Bwana John Nyongesa, and of course Mr. Tabu Charles. And of course, probably Tabu, you know, we were with you here last time, and of course there are things that you talked about that the president, we have seen the president as of course implemented in terms of maybe firing the cabinet and other measures that he announced that will be coming in due course. Probably, I don't know, did you predict this thing, or how did you see it coming? Maybe you can start with you, Bwana.
Thank you for the invitation, first of all. As the chairman of Bunge la Wazalendo, I have my people in the grassroots, and also we have been in this matter for quite some time, and we have the vast experience in terms of governance and issues pertaining to national building. So what I can say that the head of state has matters to address, and it is not a small issue, it's a big problem. And this is a problem that we created long time ago. It is only that he's now the one holding the burden. But because the major problem is coming due to our lack of planning towards the youth. We don't have that plan of the youth as a nation. Yes. Because this is a new generation which is coming. This is a new generation that has the knowledge with the new technology. So we have been caught up in a corner, whereby now we have to see how we can come out. One, if we want to come out, we have to put structures of the youth. We have to open up for investors in this nation. Bring back the Asians that we sent away. Bring back all the manufacturers. Bring back the privileges of manufacturers and investors and companies, so that also the licensing in the country, the trade licensing in the country, lower them down, open the space of marketing and business. You'll find that the pressure will come down. Because right now, the gap of the youth is so big, and the aspect of employment is so narrow. And you see the government has been retrenching, and these people have been retrenched, they have never been paid. So you'll find that, truly speaking, this is a problem that we created on ourselves. And now we are harvesting what we planted. So if at all they want an assistance, we as Bunge la Wazalendo, we are ready to give that assistance in terms of how we can hold the aspect of unemployment in the country. Because I myself, I started an entrepreneurship that brought back the youth into that system. The first garbage collection in this nation, the first youth garbage collection, that is in 1996, 1997, was started by me. And you find that we should give room to the people who are coming innovative grounds. We should help them so that they create employment, and also they assist their colleagues to come in. But we find that in this nation, once you are an innovator, they are fighting you, they are frustrating you. They want also you to be, they are thinking that once you are in that space of coming up with the project and the fame and aspect of a good mobilizer on the ground, people are listening to you because you are opening the space for them. Now politicians start fighting you back. And this is the seed that they planted, now it is fighting them back. Now, if we want to make this country move ahead, let us have a national conversation whereby each and every department of the government should come clean. Okay. And also in the system of the government, they should open up for the people freely without conditions.
Okay. And of course, basically, as you said, Bwana Tabu, you understand we are in this situation because of the youths of Kenya. And of course, today we have one, Mr. John Nyongesa, who is a Gen Z.
Yes.
Basically, Bwana Nyongesa, I just want you to answer this question. Why are you on the streets, or why are youth on the streets? Probably maybe you can start by telling us why are youth on the streets and how did you find ourselves on the streets?
Okay, thank you. First of all, our generation,
Yes.
we are people who are learned. If it's constitution, it's something that we have partaken back then when we were in high school. Personally, I finished my Form 4 in 2020.
Okay.
I was supposed to finish in 2019, but because of Corona, I was pushed to do in 2020. I think you understand.
Yeah, I understand.
Deep down, finishing Form 4 as a person who is looking for opportunity in this country, most likely to get that job. If you get your A, you get your B+, you get your A minor. In this country, it's like nothing.
Okay.
You know that. Because naturally, as a youth, as a small boy growing, as that girl growing who is ambitious, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a finance manager, you want to be a person who want to be great personally due to your career,
Okay.
you will not pursue because you will not get that job.
Okay.
So it comes to our attention that we should look for these people who are heading us, the government. Now, we are not under incitement, the way they have been doing to our parents, taking handouts here and there so that I can like bow down for you so that you can give me this. Even bursaries, our parents have not been given, are not giving like that in a way that it's very confusing to everyone. They are taking it like who knows who is who is going to take who, you know. I think you understand me.
Yeah,
So due to all those things, we sat down. You as an individual, as a Gen Z, you have gone through this process in your academic, you know, the constitution, you know what an MP should do, you know what a president should do, you know what a governor should do, you know what an MCA should do, you know what an CS should do. So looking those all areas, we came up with a logic that those people are just taking their offices for fun, for like personal interest, but they're not giving back to the society.
Okay.
The society that chose them to be there, they are not like representing them very well.
Okay.
And I can give you an example, like recently about the finance bill. Financial bill was something that was going to draw life of even not like some Kenyans, all Kenyans down. People are going to were going to strain very bad. Us seeing that, we came out and we spoke, but they didn't listen. The same people we chose, they didn't like listen to us. They went forward and voted yes for them, causing many damages in the country as per now. You know, there's many life lost, the destruction of properties, you see? And that's something that we should avoid.
Okay.
You see?
Basically, before I come back to you, Mr. Tabu, I just want to understand, you maybe, I think you're Gen X probably, if I don't, my presumption. I don't know, where did maybe old people go wrong that the young people are now correcting? What went wrong?
In fact, what went wrong is as per the way I started.
Yes.
It is that one, we started by closing our own manufacturing companies like Unilever, Eveready, Elliott's. There were so many companies. And secondly, the downfall of Kenya Railway. Are you getting it? The retrenchments.
Yes.
Are you getting it? Bringing Kenya Railway down was a major cause of the problem we are seeing also, because these are the source of employment. Every year, Kenya Railway used to take more than 3,000 people
Yes.
to be employed, and another 2,000 to be in college. So in a total, Kenya Railway could have normally used to take 5,000 to 6,000 people, youths. Are you getting it? And when the government is planning things, should plan for the generation, each and every generation. And that's why we have researchers. If the country does not allocate good money for research, especially to the universities and also to the other institutions like Cairo, these are the institutions normally help a lot the future, in future. So when we started doing shortcuts, whereby we retrench and we don't pay them, they go to court, case is there until I don't know which year. Right now there's a case in railway which was in 1998, the retrenchee. Up to date, they have not finalized the case for the compensation. And it is not even railway alone. There's another one also for the poster, telecom. So it is a hell. That's why these young generation are also observant and they are taking these matters. Meanwhile, the people in the system are holding Kenyans, poor Kenyans, not to get paid, neither compensated. Are you getting it? Yes. And if you are now narrowing the aspect of employment and the birth rate is expanding, where will you take this generation? They need that space. And look at the time frame also of retirement. It was 55. They had to increase it to 60. Why should it be to 60? The retirement should be 55. Are you getting it? Yes. Then the second thing is that we cannot be in a country whereby somebody is doing business, is working in the government. Are you getting it? Is oppressing those people who are outside the government to do business, also to have an income. So he gets the salary, he's now the procurement, he's again the accountant, everything he does. So you find that the money circle in the country circle within the umbrella of some few individuals who are making themselves too rich while the rest are remaining too poor. Okay. So once the uprising is coming, and that's why even the parents of these youths are not talking, because they know the consequences. Okay. They know the perturbations they had with the children. So due to the laxity of the government. Okay. And the government should give a good environment, and they don't have to give them that environment to these people. And that's why there's a uprising of resistance now. And I can only advise, they need to take good people with good brains to counter this problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Without that, we shall be in a mood of mandamano. And these youth have nothing to lose, because after all, they are jobless. So who are the people who are suffering? The business community, the government itself. The government expenditure is expanding now, and the collection of the government is lowering. Sooner or later, even the government people won't have salaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
John,
yes.
Probably I've understand that tomorrow there's another march. They've called it what, Occupy Uhuru Park, and they're calling over 5 million youths to attend. After which people will be marching to State House.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What is the call for tomorrow? What are people marching for again? Because we understand that there are some of the demands that were raised previously that the president has met. So I don't know this one. What about it now? Okay,
so far, with how things have been going on in this country, as Gen Z, we are not happy. Okay. Second, every opinion counts. Anyone who has a suggestion, anyone who wants to talk, anyone who has that voice that he or she feels will save this country is free to speak or express him or herself. Another thing, when you say about that calling, I will talk something about yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday, you know what happened?
Yeah, I saw what happened.
We were supposed to be on the streets. Being on the streets about demonstration is about numbers. Yeah. Numbers, that means being peaceful. And so far, there's nothing like peaceful. Because we are meeting people who are not even of our caliber. They are not there to protest, to fight for this country, but they are there to distract, to kill. You see? Now, those same people are not among us. You can't say that I, Nyongesa, I'm going to fight for my right, But fighting for that right, I'm going to kill or to harm another person, or to destroy another property.
Yes.
You see? So in general, it doesn't make sense. Honestly, I will speak to those people who are out there, who are feeling that we should step out. We should. Now I will give like thanks to some people, people like Eric Omondi. There are people who are leaders. We have seen what they have done, and they're kind of like inspiration to this generation of ours. You lead as an example. It's not the matter of making sense. Like, people are tired of each and every time you're trying to show us sense. Like, you want to talk, it's this, that. No, you think you understand me?
Yeah.
People are tired of making sense to them.
Okay.
What they need now is they need actions. And action is not the matter of like, okay, I'm a leader or no. Me, Nyongesa, I have capability of helping you, Sawe. Let me take you, Sawe, as my responsibility. I bring you up so that you help another person. You see? So we need such kind of leaders, not leaders who will come and give us fake promises, not leaders who will come to make us like earn that recognition by telling us how they will develop this country, in yet when we elect them, they are doing nothing. Show us from the start, okay, I want to be a leader. Is this and that I've been doing? And accountability, is it true? You are doing it. Back to your question about tomorrow, people going to Hood Park. Yes. It is an individual decision. It's an individual decision. I can't speak to many people who are out there saying that we will go.
Okay.
Me, my personal, like I can say I will be there, and maybe I will not be there.
Okay.
Now, as Gen Z, we are not working under incitement.
Yeah, true.
That's why you can go to the internet, you see how people are banging, tomorrow, but when tomorrow reaches, it's no one. Okay. You see? Yeah, so true. It's an individual effort, fighting for myself, fighting for that parent who did not manage to do it, so that he or she can have a simple life while living with us, or supporting.
Yeah, probably. Nani and Tabu. Nani has say something small about, something good in terms of maybe they are fighting what their parent did not do. I don't understand. I just want to understand. Probably, from where you sit, do you see these people succeeding in this mission? And number two, probably, I don't know if they succeed. Will the people will be in the front, or we will see again the old people coming to take over what the Gen Zs have achieved?
First of all, what I can say is that it is not that others did not do it.
Of course.
We did it during our time. And even the change of Section 2A,
yes.
The bringing the multi-party system, it was the same struggle, but with different pattern. Because with them, they are lucky because they are using internet, they are using social media and what have you. By during those days, there was no mode of communication. It was one-to-one communication, meeting, and probably write-ups. Two, if you look at Constitution, the Constitution they are enjoying today, it was brought by us. So they are also playing a game that we left somewhere. You cannot play the game to the end. Even Messi played during, Ronaldo played his time, Romney played his time. So it is like now it is their time to play. And it is you can only play this game at your youth stage. So whatever they are going for, they are going to achieve. It depends with their determination and their effort. What I can advise them is that they should not lose hope. Neither, because there is what we call now divide and rule theories are coming in. Because I hear that the president was complaining that Ford Foundation was funding them. You see, as a president, you cannot say that Ford Foundation is funding the Gen Z. Yes. If you know it's Ford Foundation, don't tell us, go and arrest them. Yeah. But if you don't have evidence, those are just propaganda. You see, to bring diversion, because they said the Illuminati. Now they have changed to Ford Foundation. The other time they were saying the selfie guys. The other time they said, they have given them so many names, criminals. And it is so unfortunate because This matter is coming as a result of themselves, because they used to call them hustlers. They used to call them sufferers. They used to call them mamamboga, bodabodas. You see, that was a spirit he was raising. And his deputy used to talk about Mau Mau. Are you getting it? Yes. These are warriors you are raising. Now the sufferers are out on the street. The hustlers are out on the street. You see, and you said you are going to form the government with them. Now they want their portion. You have dissolved the government. Will Masafara be in the government?
Okay.
Will the boda, the mamamboga, be part of the cabinet? So that is a question. On your question that you have asked, will they achieve, and I've mentioned that, will they,
probably maybe if they achieved.
If they achieved, will the old guards come in again?
Take over them.
No, partially, they cannot work also alone. They have to be guided too. But what they know, they'll take over. But also they have to see the opening. But we can only talk on that when we reach there. By now, we cannot talk about it until we reach there. Because right now, they have paralyzed the nation. Surely they have paralyzed the nation now, both economically, socially, environmentally. In fact, even the security agents are in trouble. As much as they're trying to kill, because these are people, even death, they don't fear. What will you stop them with? Because one, they don't fear death, they don't fear police, they don't fear the aspect of court, jail, and what have you, they don't fear. Yes. So tell me, what will stop them?
Okay. John, I just want you to answer that question. What do you people fear? Because we have been told that Gen Zs only fear God, I think, and marriage, I don't know. In this struggle,
yes.
I just want to understand probably, yes, Tabu has mentioned about economic sabotage. Are we not seeing a situation whereby we'll be in a quagmire in the future? Because whatever we have seen happening in the country, other than people are fighting for their rights, we've also seen some economic sabotage that the country is suffering at the moment. I don't know how people are balancing between fighting for our rights and saving our economy. I don't know how.
Okay. As a Gen Z, what I fear is failure.
Okay.
I'm a young boy, a young girl. I've gone to school.
Yes.
I have a vision to become a pilot. I want to be that pilot.
Very good.
I have a vision of becoming a doctor. I want to be that doctor.
Yeah.
So what we are fighting for mostly is success. And what we fear most is failure.
True.
Now, what I'll tell you, in this country of ours,
yes,
the only success that we can achieve is good governance. If we have poor governance,
yes,
there's nothing you can do that will bring you to the light to show you like you are that person you want to be. Now, all around, what's wrong with this government of ours is its system. Even if Raila was the president right now, we could have like tackled the same situation like we are in these recent days.
Okay.
A system that is making rich people become more richer and poor people become more poorer. Now, that's the system that we are fighting to drop it down. Not even that person that we say Ruto. That's the system that we are trying to fight so that we can drop it down, so that that common mwananchi, that sufferer, that person who is there down can have that hope that one day he'll be up.
Okay. And
even he or she can be rich, can own property. It's not that because I'm poor, I will just be poor till my death.
Okay.
I think you understand.
Yes,
me.
yes, I got you.
Yeah. Now, generally speaking about the matter of economy of this country.
Okay.
Generally, economy of a country is generated by 1, government, 2, the people of the country, which is us. If the government gives us good environment to trade or good environment to do business, automatic, the economy of the country will be very, very well.
Okay.
Another thing, they are investors. Investors also, when you give them conducive environment to invest without higher taxation, without high standard of living, actually we have more investors which will develop our country economically. Now, I want to talk about something, leadership. There are many types of leadership. A leader of a family, a leader of an institution, and a leader of a country like nation as we speak right now.
Okay.
Now you cannot bring leadership of a house as a father to leadership of an institution. You cannot even transfer leadership of an institution to leadership of the nation. A house is somewhere you need to provide. An institution is a place where you need to deliberate ideas.
True.
A country is a place where you need to build. So you cannot deliberate idea in a country and yet you are not building it. Now you will see you as a leader successful if you are building roads.
Okay.
If second, you are making life of Kenyan or citizens very conducive in a way they can move around easily. I think you understand me.
Yeah, I got you. And maybe probably we talk something about taxation. Tabu, just want you to mention or bring us into speed about revenue collection. With all this scenario that we have in the country, we understand youths, most of the youths file nil return and many other stuff. I don't know if the government will be in a position to collect enough so that it can service the nation.
Thank you. That's a good question.
Yes.
When it comes to taxation, it depends on the business space. How many, the kind of industrialization you have, the entrepreneurship, those are the avenues of revenue collections. And you cannot expect to collect much when the country is full of idlers. You have to check on aspect of creating that and bringing that space. It is good, It is good as a nation, we come up with the policies that open the country. Let us not bring restriction. More so, our government is full of restriction to promote poverty. The poverty in this country is created. We are not poor as Kenyans, but the poverty is coming from the leadership. And these people in the leadership circle, they don't want others to penetrate. They have formed more of a yoke than they don't want others to penetrate. And these are the consequences they are facing with the Gen Z now. And if you talk about now taxation, it is not good for people to give nil returns. What does that mean? Which means that these people are not working. So the government should open up opportunity to all, right from the grassroots to the top. More so, the government will grow with the grassroots, will never grow with the top. If majority of the Kenyans down grassroots level here are doing business, indirect or direct, they'll give revenue. But the revenue we fail to get because we have narrowed the aspect of revenue collection by high taxation in licensing and so many aspects that they are bringing in that prevent people to do business or hinder people to do business. Yes. In this hindrance, the government loses taxes. And let me tell you one thing. If you increase taxes, don't think people will pay because now you have increased it. Okay. If you lower taxes, you'll find that people will pay it because it is low. That's why sometimes, most of the time, when it comes to issues of commerce or issue of business, I try to relate equity, the way equity came. Equity came in with the numbers. So many people to open an account. It doesn't matter how much they are saving, but they have an account. And through that, they overtook other banks, like I don't want to mention. Yeah. And secondly, don't hate people doing business. promote them and protect them. Government should not be now fighting the people who are doing small business. Give them that time, because they are not spending this money outside the country. Big people spend money outside the country, but small guys who are doing this business, their revenue collections, they spend it within the country and the government will get it. But those people who are avoiding taxes and getting auditors who are playing games with the paperwork and figures so that they avoid their tax margin, those are the dangerous guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And perhaps in terms of our national debt, can we achieve this? Because we understand at the moment our national debt stands at around 10 trillion. I don't know, with this scenario, can the government manage to collect enough, or rather, so that we can pay our debt? Or are we supposed to take another loan?
No. It is only that I'm telling you, we need to deal with professions.
Okay.
And we need to see, as much as, we have this debt to pay.
Yeah, true.
We have to communicate also to our colleagues who wants this money, probably the situation we are in. And again, secondly also, the government should have people with clean hands to handle our money. Most of the people who are handling our money are people with dirty hands. They lack integrity. That is the chapter 6 of the Kenya Constitution. When they came to the offices, people are enriching themselves.
Yes.
Two, again, look at the way the government is operating things. The government tend to believe that a private investor is the one to pay taxes. But the people within the government are not supposed to pay taxes. Are you getting it?
Yes.
And if at all payments are done in the government, you'll find that they are the first beneficiaries. Are you getting? They are the one who are advising how to shortchange the system to get the real taxes.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
So those are the avenues we need to have a conversation. And the conversation should be a honest conversation within ourselves. Are you getting it? Most of our guys who are authorized in this line of collection, that is the KRA, they are not clean people. They say that who does not need money?
Yeah.
Who does not need money? Everybody wants to be rich.
Yes.
Everybody wants to own a house in prime areas. So those are the challenges we are having. So for us also to look on how we are going to pay this debt, first of all, let us put our house in order. Let us clean our house first. Let us make sure that the people we are taking, we have dons here. We can use them. Can you give us strategies? How we can handle this matter of revenue collection and paying the debt? How can we handle it? You see, there are some people who have been in government and the way they are rich, it is terrible. You wonder, is he a government employee or an investor? You see, then you wonder, because in fact, we need to investigate state officers. State officers are the highest criminals in this nation. I'm telling you, government, criminal government officials are many. Criminal government officials are many. And that's why we are losing. And they don't want to be mentioned because they help one another. Right from the executive, legislator, to judiciary.
Okay.
It is a cartel. And they help one another. How to, huyu ni mtu wetu, we protect. Huyu ni mtu wetu, we cover. Are you getting it? And that's why we normally go on this circle. Because they used to give a defense on ethnicity. Now Gen Z have called off that perimeter of ethnicity. Now people are struggling for aspect of survival. They want what we call integrity. They want what we call transparency. They want to see, as much as we are collecting, does it serve the purpose? Does it also meet our targets? What are the results? We did the financial year. The financial year of 2023-2024. Can you give us the report, what it has achieved? Okay. And then we go ahead. But now Kenya is a country whereby you read the budget, after the budget, you don't know whether you have achieved your goals or what. People are going like that. They don't care. And then they are very arrogant. But these guys are learned.
Okay.
And we have given them to deal with them.
John.
Yes.
Probably, just want to understand, when the president addressed the nation the other day, he said that he'll be engaging youths in dialogue. So I don't know if you people are ready to sit down with the president, or the way forward. Are you ready to sit, or you say no, we want to continue with our struggle?
Okay, first thing, the president is elected. Not only with the people of Kenya, but
Yes.
God.
Okay, yeah, true.
So if there's anything that can be taken to dialogue, it's between him and God. Not us, Gen Z.
Okay.
Because there's nothing we are going to tell him that he doesn't know. What I will tell the president is he should take his responsibility wisely.
Maybe let me cut you short.
Okay.
For example, you are saying that the conversation between president will be between him maybe and God, and perhaps if the president maybe wants to appoint you somewhere and maybe want you to be in a certain office and a certain organization, how can he reach you? Like, because you say you don't want dialogue, you don't want what. So maybe if maybe the president somewhere saying, I want that boy, nataka this boy, atakupata aje? Maybe now that.
Certainly, right now, this is a system that we are bringing down.
Yes.
Now, you cannot join a system that is going down.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing,
Mm-hmm.
You thinking that the president can look for a young Gen Z like me, that's dangerous to him. Even he can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he can't do that. Because, first of all, we are people who are not taking handouts. We are people who knows what we want for this nation. We are fighting for this nation because of our future, not just because of now. Now, you cannot be a fighter and then you join the opposition. That's something that is very, very wrong. Now, as I've told you, the president knows what to do.
Okay.
That's why he fired all the CS. That's why he rejected himself. He did not sign the bill. That's why in his speech, when he's talking, he talked that day, he said, I noticed Kenyans, they don't want anything to do with this financial bill.
Okay.
So he knows everything. And I'll tell you one thing, we actually did him a very good job. Maybe perhaps these cabinet secretaries, they were like a burden to him because of blah blah, they helped him during campaign, you see. So this time, he will not have that reason to work for Kenya. If indeed he had a vision of changing this country, this is the time.
Okay.
And we are not giving him that space that, okay, go make that change. No. Because he already had that time. Now we don't want him to say anything or talk about what he is going to do. We just need action.
Okay.
Now, indeed, when he does something that doesn't impress or doesn't bring change, we will still go out. You see?
Yeah.
Because we are jobless.
Okay.
Any day, any time, if you need Nyongesa on the street, you'll be there. You see? And that's the criteria they have created in this country. So me personally, it's not that I don't believe in him. I believe in him because he's a person who was chosen.
Okay.
By not people, but God also. Now, another thing you should know about us Gen Z, we don't rush things like out of nowhere. We are people who learn before executing our decisions. We make decisions due to what we know, what we have seen, and what we know the consequences. We know the consequences.
Okay.
So even if there's other Gen Zs out there who want to be leaders, they just don't want to be leaders because that position is that ambiguous. No.
Okay.
They want to be leaders because they have seen my leader somewhere is doing this, that, and that, and for him to continue doing that, I must do this or remove it. In the next generation or next generation of leadership, trust me, you will see different kind of mindset, even in the parliament, come the cabinet. And we have, if we want to change all this system, we need like 20 years. Because if there's someone we are going to elect to lead us as a country, is someone that we will monitor from down going up, so that we can know he's not corrupt. We can know he's not going to take Kenya where we don't want. We know he is someone who is going to listen to people, and someone who is going to work for people without any inconvenience, us pushing him or doing anything.
Okay.
I think you understand.
Yeah. And Tabu, Nyongesa has mentioned something to do with the firing of the cabinet secretary, actually the entire cabinet. I don't know what, Tabu, would you say that the president, or rather who should the president appoint so that he can save his face from the wrath of the Gen Zs? Which type of cabinet secretary should we have?
Thank you. First of all, I want to come back from his discussion. He has mentioned the word of God. Yes. At a leader is a point of view, he is chosen by God. But you see, if you look at the book of 2 Chronicles 18, you'll find that there's a time when now God even can send even prophets who are liars to you and lie to you, and you take another wrong direction. And if you look at even their action, it is in the Malachi 4:4. Malachi 4:4. If you read it there, you'll get talks about the youths and what have you, and they have come. And if you fail as youths, God Himself will come for the nation. So it is not something that your action is. They are trying to bring also the church to bring a bad name. And you know, if you want to kill a dog, give him a bad name. Give the dog the bad name so that you can have a reason to kill. They have been trying to do so, but they have failed. Let me come back to your question about the appointment of cabinet. First of all, they have been talking about government of national unity, of which myself, I got that information before they started planning it, and I criticize it because, first of all, with who? The other opposition should just remain opposition, because you cannot go to a failed institution and join them, get your that name, that in that institution for yourself, because tomorrow who will come back to the people? The opposition should just remain the opposition, because the president said it very well that he needs a strong opposition, but unfortunately he got the Gen Z to be a strong opposition. Yes. Now what we need to do as a nation, as much as he is now planning to bring a new cabinet, first of all, there must be what we call vetting. The chapter 6 have to be observed to these people who are supposed to be in cabinet. And my observation with the state of the nation, I'm seeing that the war is still on. Whether is going to form a new cabinet, Gen Z, they are not after that cabinet. Gen Z, even when you have analyzed him right now, I've been getting his conversation, and if literally, I'm a literature student somewhere. Literally, these people want this guy to go out. Okay. They don't want the Kenya Kwanza government, they don't want in total. It is only that they started by the aspect to reject the finance bill. But it was just a stepping stone for the major one. And even tomorrow's demonstration, yes. What is their hashtag? Yeah. Occupy Uhuru Park. March 2. Yeah. So what is their target? They have a target, and you see that target is what they are aiming at. So myself, I'm looking at the President Johnny Kamlet to this matter, because as much as he's trying to bring this opposition, and you see, I'm seeing also Azimio is not in one accord, whereby now they are a bit slippery and they are splitting. I don't see any strong party that he can form a government with. And so I'm looking at this matter on both on political, administrative, and constitutional wise. If you look at the matter of constitution, they'll have to go with the integrity of chapter 6. If you look at politically, they cannot form government, they need to form government of national unity. So that, what I can say, that the president is trying to get a way of finishing the 3 years remaining. Okay. And again, if you look at the administratively, it is being challenged by the Gen Z that they don't want those people. because they have messed the nation and they want a fresh start. My take in this ground, you see, Kenya is bigger than me and any other political leader. An individual or two individuals cannot bring the country down as we see. If the presidency was for the benefit of the Kenyans, then you can leave it for the Kenyans. But if the presidency was for the benefit of you as an individual, then you hold it. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Why should you allow people to go on street, demonstrate, bring down the economy of a nation, and you know very well the problem is you? Why don't you just step out? Have your own peace. Tell Kenyans, I requested you this position, you gave me. And I requested you to offer me this much for me to run the nation. I cannot run it because I don't have money. And that money should come from you, and you don't want to produce the money. Take your country. Let me get my way. 3, if at all he has that marshal to bring the country together, then he should look for the Gen Z, who are a bit amorphous. You cannot get them. Because if you take Nyongesa today, the other guys say, we don't know Nyongesa. Yeah. So you are again, the other guys can remember who went to State House. Yes. They were disowned. Yeah, are you getting it? Yeah. And the movement is on. So the only solution is, to me, I was seeing that it is good to leave it in peace so that the people to make their own decision. Yes. You see, there was something I watched when Uhuru was handing over. He was so much remorseful. And he was very, very polite in handing it in a very polite way. He knew what he was doing. Because Ruto and Uhuru played the same game. And these problems are not for Ruto alone. It's just the way it started. Ruto is just holding the burden of others. And he played also in the same burden. And if you look at the working pattern and the people he brought in the greedy people who are there after looting public funds. And you see, first of all, before he even formed this new cabinet, he need to start with the issue of corruption. See those people who are corrupt. Make sure he net them out. Make sure he started well by probably bringing back the public lands, like the ones in Kakamega, the ones in Kitale. Those are the things also we can talk about the president did positively. We cannot just talk about negative per se, but also positive. Even in a class, you cannot fail all the subject unless you are not attending. Yeah. But if you attend, you have to pass 2 to 3. So we can say that part of the acquiring those parcel of land, the prison land at Kitale, the one at Kakamega, and the rest wherever, he was trying to come up with a system whereby he recover those lands that were acquired by some individuals. Are you getting it? Yes. But let us come back to the cabinet. Whether it's going to form the cabinet with the people probably are going to be vetted, taken to parliament, whatever. And if, in fact, even those members of parliament, they are not trusted. They are not clean. That parliament is full of criminals. And that's why we Kenyans, we went to parliament to chase them away, because they normally say that I'm in parliament because I was voted in. Yeah. So Kenyans went to parliament to chase them away. So how will they clear these people who are going to be in the cabinet? How will you be cleared by a criminal? Okay. Yeah? To be a cabinet minister. Okay. So we need to check. I think the best solution, even it is not in the cabinet. Okay. The best solution I'm seeing is a matter of calling the election. That is the only solution. Okay. And I'm saying it, calling the election, so that we have a fresh start. Okay. Thank you.
And of course, Nani Nyongesa, as we are coming to the tail end of this conversation, yes. We understand that, personally, as a journalist, I've been covering this issue of Maandamano for the last almost 1 month. And something that is coming out is Ruto must go. Ruto must go until it has reached a point whereby you can see in some of these comedy and many other stuff. Okay. There is lyrics.
Anguka Nayo.
Anguka Nayo and many other stuff. I don't know. It's like youths have no faith in Ruto at all. Like even 1%. Yeah. Is that true?
On that, first of all, personally,
Yes.
I will not repeat Ruto must go, because it's something that it's like a song right now.
Yes.
Me saying it doesn't execute anything.
Yeah.
Secondly, ideally, the reason why I've told you that is that our mindset are not based on making sense to anyone. Our mindset is based in executing and doing action. And the day you'll see the government going down, that's the day you'll see like there's a change in this country. But now seeing Anguka Nayo, this seeing Ruto must go, those are normal things that anyone, common mwananchi, can say.
When you're saying going down, you mean, what do you mean by saying the government going down?
Going down is like going home.
Oh, okay.
Waende nyumbani.
Yeah.
Unaona? Na singing today, telling you Ruto must go, will he leave office? I'm just asking you. Me telling you Ruto must go, will he leave office?
I don't know.
No, like right now I've told you Ruto must go.
No.
He is still the president, actually.
Yeah, yes.
He's still the president. So it doesn't make sense to many of us out there. What makes sense is, okay, he must go. What should we do so that he go? You see?
Yes.
It's not about saying Anguka Nayo, it's not about Ruto must go. It's that sense in it that will activate that say that Ruto must go. So basically, if it's faith, now I will just speak direct to the president. Now, as a youth, you have failed us. Is Kenya safe in your hands? Now, if it is safe, how is it safe? So that we can trust you with our country moving. Now, if you feel that it's not safe in your hand, why don't you just leave? You see? Now, indeed, if you feel like you are that person who was chosen by people of Kenya, why don't you just do a job for them instead of like allowing killings, distractions under your watch? You are the president. Now, being president is not just a normal thing.
Okay.
That means you can make decisions that can affect the whole country. Now the whole country, it's a mess. People are mourning. You wake up in the morning, you are sad. You go, you open your phone, watch only 1-2 status, you see like there's burial here and there, you become more sad.
Okay.
You see? So there's no that peace. Even I was not like this. It's like I've lost weight because of when I wake up, I take my phone, I just scroll like this. I see there's a body. I scroll and I see another body shot. You see, I lose appetite. You see some things like that one, like those ones, they're making life miserable, right, as we speak right now.
Okay.
And the only person who can change is not any other but the president. Or if he cannot change, let him leave the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
And probably, Tabu, as you wind up, because I'm told that time is not on our side, probably in unlikely scenario that the president ameanguka nayo, now that he has gone home. Now, what is the next way? The next thing that the country will do?
You see, there's no vacuum in the country, even if yameanguka nayo. Kenya will just move on. It is normal. The only thing is that kuanguka na anaanguka na Kenya kwanza, si ati anaanguka yeye peke yake. Anaanguka na Kenya kwanza. We'll come up with a model of election so that we have a new member of parliament, new government to proceed. I don't see any big deal. In fact, it is even too late to do so. He could have done it a long time ago, because you are working for the people, you are not working for yourself. The only thing that you see somebody denying himself to come out is he used to work for himself.
Okay.
And that's why he cannot leave it, because it was benefiting him, not us.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I tend to believe that don't play the game of Gen Z. You are the head of state. Don't bring your goons now. You are the head of state. Don't allow police to form some other kind of brutalities, and then you are on your watch.
Okay.
You see, now you might think that now they are doing such a thing to oppress the Gen Z. No, these guys are many. There are more than 18 million, and you cannot manage them. The only thing you have to accept that, okay, fine, I started the work, I could not work, let me leave it because for our country, so that I go peacefully. It is not a mandatory for him to be there. It is just a privilege, you see. So I don't see the reason why people should be dying, people should be abducted, people should be, I don't know, all the messes in the country, because it is growing. And don't think that even whatever the president, whatever the police are doing, the Gen Z cannot do.
Yeah.
The Gen Z can do it badly. I'm not cheating you, I'm telling you the truth. They can do it badly. When you see somebody who is just polite, you are doing it, is observing you, and is silent. He does not fear death, he does not fear arrest, he does not fear jail. Tell me. And he's just polite. You are doing all your criminalities and what have you, strategical abduction and what have you. They are just quiet.
Okay.
There must be, they have a target with you somewhere. Even when they started this movement, people did, it was a more of abrupt. People did not realize these people can come out and do such a kind of pressure to the nation. And this pressure has gone even wild. You see? So the only thing, you have to accept everything. Accept it and move. There was a time where you have to admit and say, a nation is more powerful than an individual.
Bigger, yes.
They are bigger than individuals. You cannot put this country to a crisis as an individual, the two of you. Just vacate with your party, leave the Kenyans to do their own thing, because Kenya is bigger than you.
Okay.
And then the blame won't be on you, but right now you have the blames. You are not even safe, your family is not safe, people are just talking about you from morning to evening, tears are there, the widows are up. You see, as even the voice of a widow is the voice of God. And if you are fearing God, and if I need to talk to churches a bit before we close up, the churches should come clean, because all these messes are also part of the church.
Okay.
The church played a major role bringing this, the dirt. And now they are just silent. They don't want to come out and say that, no, the government is wrong. No, Mr. President, you are wrong. You see, because they are the beneficiary of the system.
Okay.
And this beneficiary, in this kind of clout, they don't want to speak out because they'll be identified. And they used to wake up at 4 a.m. during campaign at Karen, at the gate of the deputy president by then. As they marshal the campaign. Okay. Right now, they are the cause of this problem. Okay. So the church should come up clean and say that, no, this matter is now serious, and here we cannot say that there is God. Pale Mungu yuko, kuna amani, kuna upendo. Pale Mungu hayuko, kuna kilio na kuna vifo.
Well, maybe if I can give you 1 minute, strictly 1 minute, so that you can give your parting shot as we wind up this conversation.
Okay, as we conclude,
yes,
what I will tell my fellow Gen Z, for something to start, you must make a step. And this is a step already, a step that will make our future bright. So let us not lose hope, but let us do it in a very bright manner.
Okay. Tabu, your final comment in terms of advising maybe the Gen Zs as they continue with their struggle, because I know you have been there, maybe your final advice.
First of all, I have to thank them very much because of the responsibility and the struggle they are doing. They are on. And what I can say about them is that mine is to pray for you people. God be with you, and I know God is with you, and will achieve your goals. Let me tell you the truth, because this matter we have been praying about it, and we know even the time you are assessing parliament, we prayed for it, and it happened. even the next one will just happen the way the first one happened. So don't fear, don't split, unite yourself as a team. You are the second Mau Mau we are seeing in Kenya. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Asante sana kwa kuja to our studio. Mr. Tabu, that is Mr. Tabu is, of course, a governor's expert, and of course, he knows matters to do with policy. And of course, in my immediate left is Mr. John Nyongesa, who is, of course, a student, a Gen Z himself, and of course, a Nairobi youth leader. Well, that is it for today. My name is Kevin Sewe. Remember, this conversation is still online. You can keep on sending your question, and of course, we will be engaging you as time goes by. Up now, goodbye. My name is Kevin Sewe, and until next time, kwaheri.